Let's say I have a Visa card in my back pocket right now, and I want to give one of you $10. Who can process my Visa card today in this crowd? Anyone? Can anyone take a Visa card from me? I'll give you $10 on a Visa card. Anyone? Not in your business, in your personal capacity. Who accepts Visa here? No one. Not a single person. Because it's no longer about people paying people. It's about people paying companies to pay companies to maybe pay people. Our traditional financial systems have now become peer to corporation to corporation to corporation to peer. Everybody takes a little cut. Everybody adds their own power to the system. And they take great advantage of that. What's the end result? Billions of people who have no access to the banking system. Billions of people who will never have a bank account. Many of them don't even have ID. Many of them, even if they did have ID, lack the necessary level of education and literacy and numeracy to walk into a bank. Or they look wrong. Or they're from the wrong race or caste or religion. They're untouchables. They can't walk into a bank. They'll get kicked out by the security before they get to the teller. This happens all across the world. And it is a direct result of the fact that we've centralized our money under these providers. President Barack Obama said something amazing. He said, it would be as if everybody has a Swiss bank account in their pocket.
If, in fact, you can't crack that at all, government can't get in, then everybody's walking around with a Swiss bank account in their pocket.
Like, imagine if everybody could have a Swiss bank account in their pocket. Not just my friends, not just all of the other people in Congress, not just all of our lobbyists, all of the executives who pay for our campaigns, all of our weapons manufacturers, CEOs, all of the people I ever talk to, but everyone. Of course, Barack Obama was wrong. Because crypto is not like having a Swiss bank account in your pocket. Crypto is like having a Swiss bank in your pocket, and you are the CEO. Because on your wallet, you can create 1 million addresses and accounts on your little phone. And you can institute international wire transfers. And you can KYC yourself. Like, know your customer. Pretty handsome guy. I see him every morning. I know him. Who is he sending to? My best friend. Know him too. KYC done. What Barack Obama was saying was the politics of fear. And of course, he's not the only one, right? Every single politician is singing the same tune. And this idea is that privacy is something that in the hands of the people is dangerous. Of course. Because privacy has become a commodified right, which means that some people can afford it, but for others, the price of privacy has risen outside of their affordability. Everybody that our politicians know has privacy. Look at what happens when someone blows the whistle or tells their secrets and how they react. Look at what's happening to Julian Assange right now. Look at what happened to Chelsea Manning. Look at what happened to Thomas Drake. Look at what happened to John Kiriakou. And if you don't know who those names are, look them up. When there's a scandal in the government, the person most likely to go to jail is the person who publishes it. But they're not a journalist, they say. They're not a journalist. Well, guess what? Journalism isn't something you are licensed for. It's not something you have a permit for. It's not a job description. As the saying goes, journalism is to commit acts of journalism. That's who a journalist is. Julian Assange is a journalist who is being persecuted for breaking the privacy of very powerful people.
Now, the founder of WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, has been sentenced to 50 weeks in jail for breaching a court order.
Do you have privacy? Hell no. We are being constantly pushed by the politics of fear to fear privacy, to fear what happens when we democratize privacy. And that's what we're talking about here. The democratization of finance is about democratization of privacy, financial privacy. Because financial privacy underpins all of our other human rights. It underpins our ability to have freedom of expression. It underpins our ability to have freedom of assembly, freedom of association, freedom of political participation, freedom of travel, freedom from torture, freedom for due process. Right? Just ask the people in Hong Kong who are buying tickets in the train with cash because they knew the last time they went to a protest, half of them got rounded up by the government because of their little smart cards. Not so smart anymore, right? Give me good old paper and cash. So the question is, why do you need crypto? This is a question that comes up a lot. In Venezuela, in Argentina, in North Korea, in half of sub-Saharan Africa, in all of South America, in most of Southeast Asia, and certainly in China, people need crypto. It is a matter of life and death. It's a matter of freedom of slavery. It's a matter of a future for their children or nothing. They need crypto. You don't. So why would you use it? Well, let me tell you why. Because every time you use crypto, you are exercising power. You are exercising sovereign power, and that sovereign power is diverting money from a corrupt and broken system of central banks and investment banks and corrupt governments, not yours, all of them, into a system that is giving people hope. Because every time you use crypto, you're helping to fund the projects that are making wallets better, decentralized exchanges better, that are funding new innovation, research. Every time you use crypto, you're exercising power. And the greatest lie that this generation has believed is the idea that we don't have power, that our power is meaningless, that these enormous problems that exist in the world cannot be solved because we're too small. We have too limited power. The biggest joke is that we've all been persuaded that we can only exercise power once every 4 years, maybe every 2 years if you're in Switzerland. We have to go vote, right? So we all do the little dance of citizenry, like go to the polls, which in the US is not on a holiday, because who wants people to vote? This is a democracy, people. And we cast our ballot for one of the two possible candidates, you know, blue Goldman Sachs or red Goldman Sachs. And then we get a little sticker that said, I voted. And we go home and we know none of it made any difference. Because on every important issue of the day, all of the political parties have very comfortably made sure that no one is going to challenge the status quo. So none of it matters. So you can sit back and say, I have no power. You can try to exercise power once every 2 years, once every 4 years. Or you could realize that we have all of the power. And we could exercise it not once every 4 years, but 1,200 times every 4 years, once a day, by choosing to use open financial products, by financing open financial products, by sharing with the world education about open financial products, by building a new economy and simultaneously withdrawing our labor, our creativity, our passion from the broken, shitty economy they're trying to tell us we're stuck in, and pouring all of that creativity into the open financial future that we're building. Exercise that power once a day. If all of us in this room do it, we change Switzerland. If all of us in the world do it, we change the world. We have enormous power.